That's right, you read that right. Water taxi to the Strawberry Festival, one of the coolest strings of words I have ever come across. And our route takes us straight from downtown Seattle to Vashon Island. It is a busy, hot day here in downtown Seattle, and our boat has just pulled in. After fighting past the stream of people deboarding other ferries, we got our first look at Coleman Pier and when our ship would be departing. West Seattle, next 12:45. Vashon, next 12:45.
Wait, it's going to be a San Francisco double takeoff. A parallel takeoff.
Parallel takeoff. We walked down the liminal roped portion and got some lovely views outside of the Spirit of Kingston, the backup vehicle used whenever the West Seattle line is down. Once we'd finished our walk, we entered their nice open lobby area and got in line for Vashon Island. This is a very nice terminal, and those views go crazy. A crowd of people soon deboarded, and we got our first view of the West Seattle water taxi speeding along in the distance. We didn't have to wait for very long though, and soon we were walking down that pier getting ready to board the King County water taxi. We booped in, and just like that, we were on a boat. And immediately the interior had nice seating and a framed map of the route up on the wall, which are important metrics for any boat. We went upstairs, and upon approaching the sun deck, found that our sister ship was pulling in. I really enjoy this mural on the side of the Dock Maynard, personally. We had a sat while the other ferry deboarded and waited for our departure time, and soon we were moving again. We're off. Oh my god, that dog. Our boat then started rotating to turn around, giving us some of the best views I've ever seen of Seattle. And then it started moving, and once our boat started properly going, it can only be described as hyperdrive mode.
Oh yeah! It's fucking crazy.
Doesn't matter how wind-battered we were, the views we were getting were incredible. We saw our friend, or maybe competitor, the Washington State Ferry. It was just a magnificent day out on the water. We got some nice shots of Tahoma towering over the industrial cranes. And then the boat began its first gentle turn, allowing us views of Southern Magnolia and another giant cruise ship. I was a little hypnotized watching the boat exhaust in the waves at this point. We then walked over to the other side to get views of West Seattle, and joking about the wind on the other side, we were just happy to be hunkered behind this piece of metal that kind of blocked it. It was such a picturesque day though, and there was definitely some sort of event going on at Alki Beach. Pulling around Alki Point, we got some incredible views of Tahoma, and getting our last views of Seattle, we went inside to do a seat evaluation. And they were really quite comfy. I did the patented finger press test to show you how padded but firm they were. It was nice. We then moved to some other seats to get a window view, and the seat had a socket for charging. Unfortunately, the TV in front of us wasn't working. But the Ride Right water taxi rules provided riveting entertainment, and getting up to read them more closely, we found a framed copy of the ship schematics. Seeing a front deck on the ship plans, we went downstairs to check, only to find that it's an employees-only area. Some nice windows out front, though. At this point, we went further aft to check out the bathroom situation, and it was perfectly usable, nothing too messy or anything. And I'll always love these super 90s King County Metro Stop Germs Stay Healthy posters. We checked the back, and aside from a substantial bike rack, there wasn't anything we couldn't see from the sun deck up top. So we headed upstairs just in time to realize we were pulling into port. On the pier across from us, there was a Washington State Ferry trying to do the same thing. And it was really fun watching them roll out the gangway. And just like that, it was time to get off. I made sure to thank the closest person I could to a bus driver, and he was really nice.
Thank you.
You too. Getting back to land, it really felt like we'd finally made it, and spotting a bus off in the distance, we hoped it would be the right one to take us to the festival. We were momentarily distracted, though, by the spectacular sight of this dog taking a fat dump on the pavement. Not wanting to gawk, we soldiered on and were really taken with the beautiful serene waters of the beach. We pulled up and realized the bus literally said Strawberry Festival on it.
Is there space for us?
Yes, there is.
Excellent.
Number 28 and 29, there is space for you.
There's a strawberry on it. I love that.
It grows on you.
Where's my...
It's a very good shuttle.
Now, I was a little overstimulated trying to pace, so I didn't notice the bars that the man in the high-vis jacket was spitting at the time, but the atmosphere on this bus was incredible. The fare machine rejected my card, and people were so happy to proclaim how the bus was free for the festival.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
It's Strawberry Festival.
Oh, this is awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, it's our Strawberry Festival.
Wow.
I'm happy there's a free shuttle to the Strawberry Festival.
That's awesome. W high-vis vest guy helping this family put their bikes on the rack. And soon we were off, going past some really picturesque houses before climbing a decently steep hill. This island is really lovely. In a lot of ways, it kinda reminded me of being back on the big island of Hawaii where I grew up. The slow-paced country vibes are very real here. Soon we passed a school on our left, and the houses started getting denser, signaling we were getting closer to the town. We stopped to pick up these two icons of lesbianism. And then, very much like any small-town festival on the Big Island, I could tell we were getting close by the infinite line of cars parked along the side of the main stretch. We turned the corner and got ready to hop off the bus.
Perfect. Now we... Thank you.
Thank you.
The Strawberry Festival bus.
It's the Strawberry Festival route, and I rate it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. It's an exclusive, and it arrived.
An exclusive! It arrived!
It's a new destination. I've never.
Yes. Exclusive Strawberry Festival bus, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
We love it. It's amazing.
And you get on it via the water taxi.
That's hate.
Pulling up to the festival after finding a place to legally smoke weed, we find that the main street of town's been converted into a delightful street fair for the festival. They had all kinds of food, and I especially liked these strawberry paper lantern things. Naturally, we had to walk all the way up the main stretch. There were so many good dogs, and everybody from local craft vendors to the Seattle Indian Health Board showed up. There were apparently jams this way, but maybe they were sold out, because I didn't see any by the time we got there. And I did think this little strawberry thing was really cute. What really stood out to us, though, was the way that the streets were significantly improved outside of the festival grounds, too. The festival, giving them a reason to shut down the roads to pedestrians only, has made local businesses set out tents of their own, and it's a really nice atmosphere. Going back to the actual festival grounds, we discovered this sweet poem about the Vashon Island strawberry, and this artful poem about the queues for the ferry. We continued walking, stopping at this place because it was one of the only places we'd seen that had actual strawberries. It was here where we met my favorite side character of the day. Definitely the best dressed in the whole festival.
Love your outfit. That's awesome.
We got the combo shortcake sundae, which was perfect for this warm day.
Yeah, that's really fucking good. NGL, that's really good.
The combo.
That was really good.
That was good. Yeah, I agree. 9 out of 10.
We walked along, the shortcake sundae being the perfect treat on this beautiful day, when we came to another clue about the lore behind the suspiciously strawberry-free Strawberry Festival. I mean, they had these crocheted strawberries, but I see more fresh strawberries for sale at the U District Farmers Market. This, though, a clue, celebrating 100 years Mukai Farm and Garden. Definitely something to look up on the ferry ride later. In the meantime, I added to my farm and garden with some sundews, which I've been really trying to start a collection of. And we got some lumpia, as shortcake isn't super filling.
Give your live Filipino reaction.
Live reaction with Tucker Carlson. I feel good. They're really damn good.
Yeah.
And now, after having eaten good food and gotten our fill of the festival vibes, we headed back to the bus stop and looked at that route map once more. We didn't even have to wait very long, and the bus pulled up soon.
Yes, there she is! As a matter of fact.
We hopped on board, said hi to the bus driver, and found ourselves some seats on the thankfully not super packed shuttle. I mean, that was part of why we made it to the bus early. We did want to avoid the notorious line at the only way off the north end of the island.
I wonder what the line will be like at the ferry pier. We'll see. We're on an island.
We do it island style.
We do it island style.
The AC felt nice, and it was just a beautiful trip. It was nice to be able to look out the window and see some pretty trees. All I had to really focus on was keeping our new plant friends safe. We passed another Strawberry Festival Excelsior before rounding this big curve. And then we were faced with some stunning views of the ocean. This part in particular reminded me a lot of certain places in Hawaii. It was a very specific flavor of lowering my blood pressure. And the water looked just as lovely when we got up close to it. We got to do one of the coolest maneuvers I've ever done on a bus, U-turning in front of the ferry line out on the pier, before we pulled up and everybody thanked the bus driver.
Thank you.
We quickly realized at this point we needed to hustle it, as the water taxi was supposed to leave in 1 minute. But we did end up making it on time and booped in. I generally prefer not to cut anything this close, but the RNG of making this short of a connection is quite the gambler's high. We make our way up to the sun deck and watch as alongside us the MV Keflamet of the Washington State Ferries pulls in. Soon though, we're pulling away from the docks and doing our silly rotation thing. These views really are incredible, and it feels like we go into hyperdrive mode faster than we did at the Seattle end. This seems like a really good opportunity to go into the history of the Strawberry Festival. B.D. Mukai immigrated to the US from Japan in 1906, moving to Vashon in 1910 to take up strawberry farming. Through the 1920s, Mukai became successful as a grower, developing an innovative preservation method which allowed him to ship across the whole US. In 1926, when his son Masa turned 16, the family purchased 60 acres at the center of Vashon. Masa was able to do this while his parents weren't, due to anti-Japanese laws at the time disenfranchising his immigrant parents. From 1926 to 1942, the farm prospered, even through the Depression, becoming a major economic force on the island. World War II and anti-Japanese sentiment, though, forced the Mukai family to move, all the way to Dead Ox Flat, Oregon. Mukai returned after the war, but things were not the same, and his strawberry farming would never dominate the economy how it had pre-war, making the Strawberry Festival both a reminder of the value of tolerance and a celebration of the island's agricultural roots. Coming back to the trip, we had some beautiful views of the Olympic Peninsula off in the distance, and then we started to round the corner and get some views of Discovery Park and Magnolia. And as we got closer, that incredible shot of the skyline came into view. It really is kind of surreal arriving at Seattle from this direction, and it kind of feels like you're just hovering up at the city. You're just flying along and then bam, it rises up at you. Just like that, we were back at the head of Elliott Bay and pulling into the pier. We headed downstairs, walked off the ship, and greeted a beautiful gleaming Smith Tower. This walkway is really funny because it bobs a lot with the water, and you can see everybody stumbling back and forth. And finally, walking back on land, they had this cute sidewalk art that reaffirmed that you had in fact used the nautical public transit. Overall, I'm thrilled with the water taxi, though I don't get why it's called a taxi when it's clearly not.
Trip review, now that we're back.
9.9 out of 10.
Wow. And this is really pretty. With another water taxi there, but that one doesn't look quite as fast.
We had a wonderful strawberry festival, and learned a lot about the history of Vashon Island, the glories and heartbreaks of its past, and what makes it such a strong community. We can't undo the wrongs of history, but we can work on building more diverse, thriving communities in the present day. The vibrant streetscapes shown in this video really underscore the strength in moving away from car dependency and reorienting our priorities. If we truly want to see our towns live our greatest Stardew fantasies, it starts with putting what really matters first: our homes, our families, and our friends. Thank you for watching, and always remember to thank your bus driver.